I've been on Freedonia for almost 5 years. In that time, I've done and seen so much that honestly, I could go on for hours. For over half of that, I served as a moderator. Freedonia was much different back then, with the population being overall smaller and the staff being a lot more informal. Given my time off the team, I've had a lot to reflect on, especially if I ever wanted back on the team. I want to share some of the thoughts that have gone through my head in that time and explain what exactly being a part of the staff team really means. While I still have a lot of reservations on how it was handled and some of the reasons given, I wasn't demoted for no reason. I made some genuine mistakes, and most of the admins thought I was no longer fit for the position. While I can't go into specifics, the staff team was really trying to improve itself and become a more unified and professional group. After being away from the server for so long and the decisions I made, I was cut loose. I was very frustrated over it, and in some ways I still am. But that's the past, and things have changed dramatically since then. The time spent away from the server and the staff team did make me reevaluate why I even played MCO in the first place. I have an undying passion for the server, with my niche YouTube channel, Christmas animations, and Project Moon just being a few examples of what I've done here. Something I realized is that there is more to the staff positions than I think most players know, and a lot you don't realize until you have pulled back the veil and seen it for yourself. Since I've returned, the staff team has been overhauled in almost every regard. It's exciting to see so many issues I had with the team back in the day rectified, and having more cohesion for the entire group. It's not just mod and admins, it's one unit now. Back in the day, I felt like there was a brick wall between the admins and moderators. Personally, it felt like that gap was bigger than the gap between moderators and players. Talking with admins felt difficult at times, and it was hard to know who to go for different things. But since then, they created an actual structure and have implemented systems to make sure communication is key, such as admin and mod meetings, and the ability to send feedback up the chain of command. Admins used to be a rare sight, and sometimes felt as reclusive to mods as they did to players. The meme of Anna being server mom was born from this hard truth, with her being the only active in-game admin for several years. There was a few other active admins behind the scenes, but players never got to see a whole lot. This is why the new administration promotions that came down the line were so massive. It felt like a sign things might be improving, because fighting grief as a mod sometimes felt difficult when the admins weren't there to back us up. For a while, I even half-jokingly said I wanted to aim to be an admin publicly, and a lot of that was because of the frustration. I wanted to do something, anything about the slack the admins were leaving in-game. Down the line, I just wanted to have more to say in the server matters too. I had so many ideas that I wanted to share with the admins about how the eventual update should be handled, especially around the end dimension. Ultimately, all I could do was send emails, and I did. I sent several. And while I never know if they were taken seriously, I was finally given an answer as to why decisions were made so high up and recursively. I was told it was just a matter of having too many heads in one room, which, I mean, I understand, I'm okay with that. In the years since my demotion, though, admin-moderator communication has gone from almost non-existent to better than I ever imagined it would. If we had ideas, feedback, or just thoughts, they are not only valued, but we have proper channels to communicate them. We have a specific email, feedback@minecraftonline.com, where the admins promise each email that is sent does get looked over. At the mod meetings, ideas are brought up for discussion. Admins attend and take notes on ideas and topics brought up. They are held weekly and have been a major breath of fresh air as far as communication. I've also learned more about the admins as a moderator since rejoining the team than the 2.5 years of serving prior. So, what are admins? Admins are the people who are willing to step all the way up and dedicate unbelievable amounts of time and energy into the server. They aren't just the head honchos who pick up what the mods miss and decide what is what. They handle a lot of backdoor aspects of running a server, from coding to major decision making to handling the tough situations and organizing server events. There is so much they handle behind the scenes that they dedicate a lot of time and energy into. So then, what are mods? Mods are the front lines, stopping players who don't follow the rules, and helping out the player base. That's just the obvious. Admins and mods are built to work in tandem and fill roles in the server that neither can replace. The admins spend so much time handling their own responsibilities that they don't have time to be in-game all the time, paying attention to what word on the street is. Moderators spend so much more time with the player base directly. They have unique experiences with players and understand the community in a way the admins simply don't have the time to. It's why our word and feedback carries weight in decision making, something that has now been realized. But what about outside the realm of colored names? You don't have to be a staff member to hold a unique position in the server. It was something I thought long and hard about in the months after I was let go. In my case, I'm probably the most well-known MCO-specific YouTuber, and every year I make a huge Christmas animation celebrating the server and giving cameos to many different players. Last year I held and plan to annually hold a major event for the server's birthday. I didn't have to be a mod to offer something to the server. I still wanted to be, but it made me feel like I still had a place on MCO. I won't lie, a fair amount of it was just my ego for everything I do as a creator, but it was driven from a place of passion. Especially after being demoted, my furry channel skyrocketed into popularity. I could have left Skarkla in the dust, but I didn't, because I care about the server a lot, and it's just become a place to pour out my creative passion outside the server in addition to what I do in game. The point of this is that there are roles just beyond the red and blue names when it comes to helping the server. There are people who are pillars of the community, standing up and helping out new players. There are community leaders who organize events and create towns for players to build together in. There is also creators who just make giant builds in game that contribute something, or make external media such as animations like the MCO Rewind, or a really trashy meme music album. Even if you just keep a shop open that keeps the fragile economy alive, you're doing something to help the server. In spite of my jokes, the scarf or admin messages sent by other players, I doubt that I'll ever be admin. Even if I ever get promoted and I decide to accept, I don't think I'd be a good one. More than likely, I'd decline. And you know why? It's because I know my place in the server and it's where I want to be. I want to help the server in the way a mod can, but not have to sacrifice my time spent engaged directly with the community just being a player. And I don't want to sacrifice my unique position as a content creator for the server. I honestly don't know if I ever wanted to be admin in the first place. I just wanted to be heard and see the admin side of the staff team do its share, and not lie so dormant. Given just how much better everything has gotten, I feel comfortable in my place now. Not even mentioning how thankful I am to even be allowed a place on the staff team again. It's not a chance I will squander. But that's really it, guys. A lot of me just splattering my thoughts onto a page and then into a microphone. It's just something I wanted to talk about, and videos are what I do best. I hope you'd enjoy the server as it only continues to improve in all regards, whatever kind of player you are. Until next time, guys, I'll see you around Freedonia.